you are the person for that role, you are that person for that opportunity, and it is yours, and it was meant to be yours all this time, and that is the reason why you are in the position that you are today. My name is Kanesha, and whether you are new here or a returning subscriber, hello, how you doing? I hope you're feeling blessed, maybe a glass of wine in your hand, feeling cute, but I hope you're having a blessed day. I first wanted to just explain and talk about what imposter syndrome actually means and how it has shown up in my life. So, imposter syndrome is a term that came about in the 1970s. It was originally used to describe how successful women attributed their achievements to luck and forces external to them, ignoring how much they had accomplished through their hard work. I actually wrote like a whole description of how imposter syndrome feels like to me. Imposter syndrome is the friend we know we need to break up with and heal from, but we refuse to let them go. Simply because she knows the intricacies of our mind, a thief disguised as a confidant that we know can't be trusted, yet she has complete access to the inner workings of our consciousness. Surely she has our best intentions at heart. We trust her more than we trust our own instincts, yet she's robbed me of so many opportunities to grow beyond my fear. I wrote this in my journal because I've been reflecting on how the imposter within me shows up within my life. And one of the things that she's been showing up in is robbing me from putting myself out there without being fearful of how I will be perceived, about the fact that I have to now go from being someone that was very unheard, muted and quiet to a person who people are able to hear and understand and experience. And it's something that has really affected me, even more so now I've entered into an industry which I do not have many years of experience for. I entered into the industry within 5 months of deciding, this is what I want to do. And since securing my role, even though I've been in my role for over a year now, I still feel that this opportunity that God has given me, do I deserve to be here? Do I deserve to have been blessed or abundant enough that I was able to switch my career within 5 months, that I was able to trust within God that I could make this a reality, and in that reality actually becoming my reality? And it's the imposter within me which is holding me back from further seeking more abundance within my career. I've been thinking about doing this since the beginning of my journey, and I put it off. I did a whole article that hasn't even been released yet, and it's about imposter syndrome as a Black woman within the tech world, and I haven't put it out, and that's all because I feel like I am an imposter. In my previous video where I mentioned about my journey getting into tech, I spoke about wanting this for so long, and that's simply because when I was at my lowest, I was just in this constant state of I just want to sleep. Because when I slept, it's when I would go to this dream state where I would go to this place that I had conjured up in my head of all I wished my reality to be like. But then obviously when you open up your eyes and your life is not that, you just want to go back into that dream state. Now that this more confident self is now in the present, I know that there's not a distance between my dreams and my reality, but a part of me still feels like an imposter, still feels like, regardless of the goals that I've set for myself and that I've achieved, it's just not proving enough to me that I deserve this, that I am living my dreams in reality, and I'm continuously making it happen in reality. I've decided it's time to block the imposter. It's time to unfriend her. It's time to let her go, because if I continue to allow her to take over my 20s the way she took over my teenage years, I'm never going to reach the goals that I've set myself. I set myself so many goals that go beyond my comfort zone. And if I allow her to have more control over my life than I do, those goals that I set will be just that, goals that I set instead of things that I've actually achieved. And that is not what I want for my life. That is not how I see my life going in the next 5 years, of being in the same place of questioning myself, questioning my purpose for myself based on a lack of reality. There's so much evidence I have of my achievements, yet I'm listening to self-doubt. I'm listening to the idea that my goals are unachievable, that they're impossible, that they're out of my reach, that is something I'm never going to achieve, which is completely wrong. That the goals that I've achieved, that happened because of, it was just a coincidence. It was just a coincidence that I knew someone that works within tech. It was just a coincidence that I went onto LinkedIn and I found a boot camp and they happened to lead me into this career. That's all I feel like. My life is a coincidence instead of my God-given purpose. It's been ordained for you. You deserve it. You didn't achieve those goals for the sheer luck of it. You got it because you deserve it. You are the person for that role. You are that person for that opportunity, and it is yours, and it was meant to be yours all this time. And that is the reason why you are in the position that you are today. And the goals that you are planning to set for the future, they will be yours. As long as you continue to be intentional, as long as you continue to just appreciate the steps that God is giving you to get there. Just appreciate the abundance God is giving you in your life. And even if you don't feel like the abundance is present within you, have faith that God will take you through this dark time and bring you into a more positive, a lighter time where you feel less heavy. I was just so bogged down on that current situation. The only thing that kept me grounded, the only thing that kept me here, kept me alive, is having faith, putting my faith back into God, building my relationship with God, but also creating a vision of what I would like my life to look like. And that didn't even give room for the imposter, to even come in, get involved with that. But now that that dream is reality, the imposter is she's trying to make her way back. And I'm not allowing that to happen. Imposter syndrome is besties with self-sabotage. Them two, they are treacherous twins. They love to drain you of your energy and to make you feel like you are not good enough. They need to go. They need to exit my life. Deuces, never want to see you again. I'm trying to step into my purpose. I'm trying to become my highest self, my most elevated self, and I can't have them by my side. I need self-confidence by my side. I need self-preservation by my side. Self-esteem. I need self-love. If we continue to allow self-doubt to hold us back, we will never achieve the dreams we have set. Say that one more time. If we continue to allow self-doubt to hold us back, we will never achieve the dreams we have set. Society wants you to feel, especially as a woman, whether you're black, white, whatever it is, society wants you to feel like you do not deserve to be in the position that you are in. No matter the goals that you reach, you always feel like it's not enough. You continue to push the goalpost further. Even those small wins you don't celebrate, because in your head you're thinking, well, I haven't lost the weight that I want. My salary isn't enough yet. Even though you're making the necessary steps to go in the direction that you want, the small goals you don't celebrate. And even when you do get to these big milestones and you do look at yourself in the mirror and see that you're a baddie, you see the baddie in the reflection, there's always going to be another goal that you set that you just feel like that previous goal was nothing. That you don't even acknowledge the hard work that it took to get there. That is something I intend to change in my life going forward. I am 24. I am too young to be feeling stressed. I ain't got no fears, but I shouldn't be holding myself back. How do I intend to release the imposter within me? It's doing things in fear and getting comfortable later. You're going to get more comfortable with coming out your shell, with articulating yourself, with going to these places alone, to meeting new people. It's all about just taking baby steps. Don't stop. Once you stop, once you're stagnant, that means you're not making any progress towards the goal that you set. You've made that goal because you know what it would mean for you and what it will mean for your life. Try to do more things that bring you out of your shell and bring you closer to your goals. Learning to start showing up for yourself and celebrate every single win, even the losses, celebrate them, because the losses might bring forth even better opportunities. As my mom always says to me, when one door closes, a next one opens. So just because you didn't get that job doesn't mean that there isn't going to be a better job around the corner, because there will be a better job, paying a better salary or better benefits, work trips and everything. You didn't need that. There's a reason why that door closed to begin with. So even the losses that you think are losses are wins. They're W's. Take them. The imposter within me has also been showing up in my writing and how I write in my journal. So I've been self-censoring, and I didn't even think that this was possible, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm just writing from the top of my head. Like, I'm not holding back, I'm just releasing it. But then the other day, it was just like I was struggling just to let go, just to succumb to my feelings on paper. And it felt like that because I kept on rereading the pages again and correcting punctuation and correcting certain words that didn't sound right. But these are my thoughts. Even if my thoughts don't come out grammatically correct, these are my thoughts, and I shouldn't be feeling like what I've written isn't good enough. It didn't even make sense to me, to the point where I felt so uncomfortable writing in my journal, because I was essentially invading the trust that I had set with my page. I was scared that certain things I would write down will come into reality, rather than just writing and releasing and let it go. I don't need to read what's on that page again, but that should be my safe space. And I wasn't giving myself room to feel safe, because I was trying to dictate how I feel rather than just allowing myself to release how I felt. And that's the part of my imposter, which is very much a perfectionist, that likes things to be perfect. But I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I'm not holding myself back from myself. I've spent so long trying to establish boundaries with other people and establish my voice. The boundaries that I set are to protect myself from others. I shouldn't be protecting myself from myself. It shouldn't be preventing me from growing. I already have to go to war with the external forces, but internally within me, it should be a safe space. It shouldn't be a battlefield within me. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. More self-aware of how I feel and how I feel makes me feel going forward, and not allowing my feelings to dictate me or hold me back from accomplishing my goals or stepping into my purpose. If you made it this far, I want to thank you so much. Leave a green heart in the comment below and just tell me how you intend to release the imposter within you and get rid of her once and for all.